Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today is Thursday and it's March the 18th, 2021. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to say welcome. I'm so glad to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you so much for stopping by. I'd appreciate if you take 1 second to like this video and to subscribe to my channel because that would offer me an opportunity to grow, and I'm thanking you in advance. Our story today comes from Raleigh in North Carolina. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, a breakup results in woman killing boyfriend, her 9-year-old daughter, and herself. I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll place links to a few of the full articles in the description box. Now, it was on Wednesday, February 24th, that we learned a well-known firefighter was found murdered in his home. He was 48-year-old Larry Morrissey, also known as Donnie, and he was assigned to the Chapel Hill, North Carolina Fire Department, where he had been working for 15 years, and his specific job title was Fire Inspector 2. Now, very little information was released about Inspector Morrissey's death, and it was not clear exactly when he died because police said he probably died sometimes between Sunday and Tuesday, and it was they weren't really sure because it was someone in his inner circle who had contacted the police and asked to do a welfare check because they had not seen him in about 4 days. The individual said he was not responding to messages, he was not picking up his phone, he had not reported to work in several days, and that was not likely behavior for him. And that's when police went to the home and they found him deceased inside. But also, based on some of the information they found, they immediately had a suspect. So it was reported that something inside the deceased home prompted the police to search another resident in Wendell, North Carolina, which is some distance from where the deceased inspector lived. And apparently they believe the suspect had something to do with that location. The first thing they noticed at that home was that a car stolen from the dead inspector's home was there at the residence. And after they obtained a search warrant, police found 2 people dead inside, 1 woman and a 9-year-old child. The 2 bodies found were the occupants of the home. They were identified as 48-year-old Veronica Brooks and her 9-year-old daughter. The daughter's name was never disclosed. Now, according to information provided to the media by Inspector Morrissey's sister, he and Brooks had dated for over 5 years and they broke up last fall. It was also stated that the fire inspector was not the child's father, that's the 9-year-old child, and apparently it was not an amicable breakup. They indicated that Brooks did not take the breakup very well. It was stated she wanted to rekindle the relationship and he did not. The sister also said that Brooks apparently had been demonstrating some type of stalking tendencies because she would show up wherever Inspector Morrissey was. And apparently there may have been some type of argument at the home a few days before the inspector's body was found. Now, the cause of death of all 3 individuals were never released, and police state there's no threat to the community. They are not looking for any additional suspect. And I was wondering, how did she get from her home to the inspector's home, which is some distance, but then again, she could have called a taxi, somebody could have dropped her off. We know that his car was found at her house, so obviously she drove herself back. I may not have mentioned that Inspector Morrissey has ties to the Fayetteville area. His final arrangements were fairly well publicized, and his arrangements were coordinated by Weissman Funeral Home. His service was live streamed because we're still under COVID-19 restrictions, of course, and he was buried on March the 4th at Cumberland Memorial Gardens, which is here in Fayetteville. And this is information that's posted on Weissman's webpage. I never could find any information on the 9-year-old daughter, but as far as the suspect, Veronica Brooks, nothing about her was really made public. Everything seemed to have been done in private, and I could understand why. But she had a private burial service. It was held on March the 1st. This is a bit hard for me to understand. I am trying so hard not to judge, But I really don't understand how two people who had so much in common could end in such a tragic way. If it wasn't working, it just wasn't working. But it's also difficult for me to understand why a mother would take the life of a 9-year-old daughter. And maybe it means I still have some growing to do, but we have two families or maybe three families who are grieving right now. And regardless of who may have been at fault, they're still suffering. We send prayers to all of them, and we sincerely hope that someday that they're able to move beyond their grief and remember the great memories they once shared with your loved ones. And that's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this video. And by all means, feel free to like it, to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on this notification bell right here, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.